the line. But here we go. The grand final is starting. It is Pako, Mime, Otaaaq and Holo here in the Grand Community Cup. 1,000 points are being rewarded to the top player here. So keep that in mind. It is a lot of points that are on the line, but not only that, but also 300 euro of prize money amongst the top three. Will be 150 for first, 100 for second, and 50 euro for third. Well, the points are as follows: 1,000 points for first, 600, 400, and 250 for the respective position. So good luck to the players. 1,000 points is quite a lot, to be honest, from the grand scheme of things. So let's see who takes that. Point limit, I think, should be 120 in this case, same as in the match beforehand. And here we go. We have two Frenchmen. We have Otaaaq and Holo. Holo coming from the lower brackets, dropped down in the winner bracket final and won in the lower bracket final. So he has only played one match today. But then we also have Mime and Otaaaq who are playing their first match of the day. And Pako made quite a deep run into the tournament from the lower bracket. And well, Mime with a speech bubble moment here, ladies and gentlemen, to start off things. So he's already quite far behind, but I think Pako has had a very, very dominant performance on some of those maps. And should be a contender to win it here, even though he's been dropping into the lower bracket quite early on. Well, let's see how this goes. Right now, Holo and Otaaaq leading the rounds. Yes, the point limit is 120 and not 140. That's like in the monthly cup. This is not the case. Holo and Otaaaq indeed leading the race. Holo not with a good line, but still gets it through, but will not have a lot of speed and therefore not jumping too far into the turn. So Otaaaq and Pako both overtaking. Otaaaq with a wonky approach. Pako with more speed, but Clips there is able to get his car out of it, out of the misery, but only securing 4 points in this round. Mime also able to finish, but this wasn't a good start for the Polish player. Otaaaq with 10 points, so that is very good. So next round, round number 2. And right now it is Holo with the best start. Holo got 6 points in the round beforehand. Did look okay in the lower final versus Wiz. He had a very close fight. It was Pako dominating it, but right now Pako only quote-unquote on second place and only got third place in the previous round. I can definitely have a saying here, as he has a lot of speed accumulated into that sector. And also Mime with good speed. Otaaaq and Mime, the winner bracket champions of yesterday, who had a very long break, almost 24 hours, are now in here and fighting it out against players who are already warmed up. So this could be an advantage. And also look at the time here from Pako, 1:03.955. This is almost a new world record, 400 away from it. So great time from Pako, setting the pace. His manager will be very happy about that. Otaaaq and Pako tied for first, and Mime currently on last. So what a good start for Mime. But in this round we already see the first mistake, and it was not an ITB skin falling behind, it was one of the Frenchmen. But now an ITB skin falling behind. Holo and Mime, both of the mistakes. That's between Pako and Otaaaq. Pako with a great drift, good speed accumulated as well. And Otaaaq has to concede for second right now. I think Otaaaq already has a lot of points in the World Tour ranking. Same goes to Pako. Pako can go into the lead if he gets a first position in this tournament. Can overtake Binks yet again. And Otaaaq could go up to third position and overtake Stufts. That's something to consider here, and another good time as well from Pako, 104.185, also enough to win the round. Otaaaq on second, Mime on third, and Holo on fourth. So there you go, 24, 20, 15 and 10 points respectively for the players. And we go to the last round already on this map. Then we go to Wet Plastic and Holo and Mime, both with mistakes yet again. It's again between Otaaaq and Pako in this round. Right now Pako in the lead, maybe wants to end it with a bang, wants to drive a new world record, but this was a bit of an oversteer movement by the looks of it. And had to readjust a bit, so I thought that he would transfer a bit more speed, but no, this wasn't the case. Pako leading currently. And that was again very risky of an approach. But look at that white line from Otaaaq, I really like it because look how much speed he has throughout this turn. Binks also went for this kind of approach. And Binks also drove the new world record here, so Otaaaq kind of adapted and learned from this, and it's 0.1 faster, I would say. Pako with a mistake, but I think he should still be able to clear all of those speed checks. Oh, okay, never mind. I mean, he clears them, but he gets overtaken and gets demoted to fourth. Maybe he could have jumped into the ring. But Otaaaq tremendously capitalizing from that mistake and goes up into the lead. 30 points after the first map. Alright, Wet Plastic as map number 2. And again, we have 4 rounds with a small wall that has been utilized by the players to load into the map and by me to take a little bit of a rest because we are already live for... How long? For... Wait, I'm blind. Where do I see it? Yeah, I'm literally blind. I low-key cannot see it. 10 hours! 10 hours in... Now. We're live for 10 hours now. Yeah, I literally couldn't see the timer on there. So, yesterday was a 12.5 hour stream. Almost 13 hours today, 10 hours. So, pretty long, but still a lot of fun. So, apologize if I sometimes do not cast this or that round, or if I just take a little bit of a break. Because it has been quite taxing. Yeah, and I'm gradually getting tired. But happy to see yet another grand final. And Holo comes back with that. 29 points for him. Mime currently is behind. So let's go ahead and focus on Mime in this round. 22 points only, so he has to do some more damage in the next couple of rounds to not lose ground. I mean, it's only 11 points after 5 rounds, so that's not too much. An average of 2 points lost per round from Mime though. If you take it like that, it is more. And I mean, after just 15 rounds, this would be 30 points. Or like, that's 33 to be completely exact. But I think you know what I mean. So like Mime should get himself some points in those rounds. 22 points is too little. And also Holo on a very, very good time right now. As you can see there. Looking very good for him to win this round. Very conservative approach there. Didn't push as much as Pussy to Pako. But it was also just a little bit of a different line. But Pako comes closer ever so slightly, but Holo with a great time. 0.3 is the world record from feed. And it will be a 0.7, so not that much of a good time, or not that of a good time that we were anticipating it to be. But Holo, most importantly, with 10 points. And look who goes into the lead. Holo goes temporarily into the lead. 2 points ahead of Otaaaq and Pako. And we have Mime at 25, only getting 3 points. Opted for the safe finish. He needs to make more than occasional good performances. He should bring himself on the boards on more of those rounds. And Otaaaq and Mime are now leading. Mime, very good line there. Otaaaq on second place. Could also really need just 6 points, would be okay for him. As long as no one else wins, but of course he wants to get those 10 points. Go clearly into the lead. Mime with a bit of airtime. Very aggressive approach. Has to oversteer. He has a good line though for that sector. But I don't think that this play, this is like good for him. No, it is not. But still, Mime with at least 6 points in this round. Good time as well, a 0.492 to win the round. Pako and Holo, third and fourth, but still a very good round. Very nice. Good time from Otaaaq. All right, next round. Oh, good line from Holo there. Almost lost control. So Otaaaq now back into the lead. It's a back and forth between all of those three players in the lead. Mime slowly but surely comes into the match. But okay, never mind, it was actually Pako. I just saw an ITB skin. So unlucky there. Dude, I neglected so many messages on Discord. Holy shit. I have to answer people. I literally just figured that out. Jesus Christ. I'm such a bad content creator, guys. But yeah, good round again. And we go to map number 3. Oh. And it is Otaaaq, almost halfway through, 57 points. Not too bad, not too bad. Very, very nice. And the world record on Canyon is a 102.042. It's a very good time there from Binks, who did not partake in this event. We've seen faster times already. I think it was a 0.03 by Stufts on the other version that we had for the Game World Cup with different scenery. And look at that start from Pako. A lot of speed accumulated in that sector. Very, very nice. The battle for second is still heating up though, as Holo slows down a little bit in this hairpin sector. And Mime and Otaaaq trying their best to hold on to dear life, but I think Pako's on a very good time actually. This could be a 0.2 or something like that if he gets the ending across, and this will be, I think, for the first time, a second place for ITB if Mime stays ahead of Otaaaq. And he will do so by 7,000ths of a second. Pako with a 0.222, winning the rounds. Maybe he will start his unstoppable spree again, like in the previous, on the previous match, where he just had, I think, like he won 7 out of 8 rounds, and after just, I think, like 16 rounds or something like that, he was on finalist. So just absolute mental performance from Pussy to Pako, and currently is not too far behind. And in this round he certainly is, because he has made a mistake, so the French is on the lead. Mime not really feeling it here at all by the looks of it. to match the pace from Holo and Otaaaq in this round. I mean, he's only 0.1 behind, but 0.1 is a lot, especially at the start here. Where not too much is happening. And mime with a mistake. So Otaaaq and Holo will thankfully take those 10 points. And look at that fight. They are so close to each other. It is Holo with an insane uphill. Holo really going out of his comfort zone. Happy to see that he's playing so well after facing a clear defeat against Pako. And now is almost on par within points, but only gets second place here. He was pushing a lot. Only 6 points for Holo. Otaaaq with another win, up to 71 points. Very good situation for Otaaaq. Opposing me, mime, 43 points. Aye. This is not too good. And Holo could have also needed that 10-pointer. But still 6 points are fine because he did not really get punished more for that mistake. Now we have a great round coming up here. One mistake has happened already. I think it was Holo going out of the track. Losing grounds. And Otaaaq yet again leading. Unstoppable force. Otaaaq could go up to 81 points already. Pako and mime can only just watch and pray that their run is enough. Or that they not fall to become a prey for Otaaaq. But mime right now goes for the counter attack. Good speed from mime, and also Otaaaq with a good line. Mime with a snipe. And what a time, 102.251. Very good ending from mime, but also Otaaaq throwing it a bit away there. Overcorrecting too much, and mime with a well-needed 10-pointer here. Up to 53 points. At least something, a glimpse, a spark of hope. Let's say it like that. For mime. Dot cut. Look at that. It is again Otaaaq in the mix. Pako tries to hold on. I mean, he's only 12 points behind. And with a win, it would dwindle towards 8 points. So this is something that Pako should just play the format right and focus round after round. Maybe not overheat too much, but what time is it gonna be? I think this will be another great time. Another 0.2 here as the winning time. Holo has had to respawn and only get 3 points. Mime with 4 points, and Otaaaq and Pako creating a little bit of a gap here towards second and third position. 14 points and 8, as I said, between first and second. So good match so far. And things get spicy on the next map, which is Hinode. Wow. Hinode as map number 4. And the decider then will be Agility Dash 2. And I think we're gonna see Oasis as well. Or maybe a different line from Pako there. Who knows? But I don't think so that this is worth it due to you having more airtime. But let's go. First round on Hinode. The first of 4. And also the last time that we see this map. I think there's no real outcome that we see this map again, unless everybody DNFs except the winner. You get the point, but we will have a lot of points being distributed among the players. 23 per round if everybody finishes. There you go, Pako also in the lead. Holo with a good line, mime with a mistake. And it's again between Pako and Otaaaq, who just arrived in this match very well. Otaaaq with a risky approach, it works out for him, gets the nosedive as well. Pako, however, was still with good speed. Otaaaq bumping a bit, and it is Pako winning the round. ever so slightly here. This was very close. Otaaaq had good speed, and also Pako with a very, very early air brake, winning the round. And now it is only 4 points between first and second after an absolute dominant performance by Otaaaq. It is the young star, Pako, who wants to go back into the lead of the World Tour ranking. Who's up to 85 points. And I mean, also 150 euro for first is not too bad, to be honest. So now Mime with a good start. He's also halfway through, but 29 points behind Otaaaq. So a huge comeback has to happen. Agility Dash might be a map that could suit him a bit better. Could be the case. Right now he still has to play 2 rounds after that on Hinode. Doesn't make a mistake this time around. And it is Otaaaq in the lead, and he of course goes for the risky 9.029 checkpoint. That is an insane pace, and Otaaaq has insane speed as well. This could be a banger over time. This could be a 0.3 if he gets it through, and it is a 0.7. Okay, he didn't get the best ending, but if he just had a very good approach nearby the end and just gets a very early finish, I think this could have been a point, at least a 0.4, I think. But another good round. Otaaaq up to 99 points. Pako got second. And while Mime can solely not match the pace, as well as Holo, who was leading at some point in the match, if you remember it correctly. I think he was at 37 points and led the race, at least for 1 round, ahead of Otaaaq, Mime and Pako. But I don't see any of that. And also Mime not with a good nose slide. So Mime down to third because Otaaaq also made a mistake. It is Pako's chance now to come back again. ITB top 1 to 2. And Pako in the lead. Actually not a good approach. I thought that he would go for a good approach, but no, this wasn't the case. But still Otaaaq, he has so much speed in the end and will still stay ahead. So it was just such a weird landing there from Pako before the quarter pipe jump that I thought that he was slowing down. But Pako figured out the ending quite well, even though he doesn't go for the quote-unquote risky approach. He doesn't really lose time there. So good job from Pako, 101 points, and this is already the last round in Hinode. And then Agility Dash will most likely be the decider for the first 2 positions. And Otaaaq versus Pako going into the next rounds. This is for the lead. And also, whoever wins, interesting touch from Pako, doesn't slow down a lot. Whoever wins has the huge opportunity of reaching finalist mode the first. Keep that in mind, because they surpass 110 points. 1 victory is needed, then they are finalists. I don't know, Pako didn't slow down with that, but look at this. This is a very good approach from Pako. I really like this one. It's very good, but Mime had it very good now. The trick was done and executed very well from the Polish player, the vice world champion. And then 3rd, 4th place in 2023. Mime up to 80 points. And we go to the next map, Agility Dash 2. Probably the closest map that we have. Well, look at a 102.781 by Mime. So maybe his best map comes into play as the last one. And maybe now he knows that it's game on. It's game on for Mime. Could be a Mime comeback. I mean, we have seen insane comebacks on those maps, especially from Tween, where there was almost a quadruple final situation. I think a triple final situation eventually, where players were 30 points behind. And then Tween just fought for his dear life. In Agility Dash was map 1, and we've seen this map again, and then there just so many comebacks have happened so deep into a match and into a tournament. This map can be absolute bonkers. But I think someone wants to close it out here, a certain someone who could jump up to 117 points. Pako playing out of his mind. Had some questionable moments in some of the matches beforehand where he made weird mistakes, I would say, but it doesn't seem like it seemed like intentional mistakes, just trying out things and experimenting because he was in full control. But now he's just on a roll. He plays absolutely fantastic. And Pako on his way to win the round and only has to finish the next round, and then he's finalist. And look at that time, 102.854, 700 away from the world record. Absolute masterclass. Great time from Pako. Otaaaq at 112, so that means he needs to win the next round to reach finalist modes. Here we go, next rounds. Round number 18 in this grand final. And we're slowly but surely determine who wins all of it. 1000 World Tour points, which is a lot in this grand tournament for first. And also 150 euros, still something to play for, especially because there's so many competitions with this map pool, which is really nice, to be honest. That you just have to play the same maps over and over. I mean, it can be a bit, how you say that, a bit, you tend to burn out from this, but I don't think this is affecting the players too much, because look at this round, Pako going for a lot of speed. Otaaaq is in the lead, so we could have a double final situation coming to the next round. Good line from Otaaaq, he has more speed than Pako here by the looks of it, and will win the round, 102.967, and we indeed have two finalists. Another good round. Only 800 between first and third. Mime has to settle with 4 points. And there you have it. Pako and Otaaaq both in finalists. Good luck. This is for the World Tour lead. If Pako wins, he goes back into the lead and overtakes Binks. If Otaaaq wins, he jumps up to 3,175 points and overtakes Pako temporarily. But Stuft's definitely for that third position. And here we go. Do or die. Pako with the first mistake, so it is Mime who's his best friend right now. Otaaaq fighting it out with Holo and Mime, but one player has already made a mistake from the top 3 battle here. It is Mime who has been falling behind, so it is Otaaaq versus Holo. The Frenchies are fighting it out, and I think Otaaaq has a much better line in this corner. It was Holo bumping a bit, and now it is in the end, but we see a mistake happening, and also my monitor turning off for no reason. What is going on? My right monitor just turned off. I don't know what just happened there, but it is Holo who wins the round, and this is an important one to win. And Holo also stays ahead of Pako. That was weird. My monitor just turned off. Interesting. So Mime and Holo still live another day without a winner, with 4 players on the track. We go into the next round. They can still close it out though. Pako made a mistake in the previous rounds. Keep that in mind. This looks like a much better start for him. Looking very good. Holo on second, and also Mime and Otaaaq coming into play, but it is Pako with an absolute banger start, having to release though, and this is not the best approach from Pako, so he's getting overtaken by every player there just with one small adjustment, and this will be all in the ending. Otaaaq and Pako, both finalists, are behind, and I have flashbacks from a match that we've already watched where Tween was part of. I think that was a consolidation final, where both players who were like tremendously behind just got fed so many points, and this is happening here again. Mime and Holo first and second. Mime up to 102 points, Holo at 97, and both of them did not close it out just yet. So another good round indeed, but also Pako and Otaaaq both with small adjustments, and we have no winner, and we go to map number 1 again, which is Oasis. And I mean, we have seen a great time from Pako on this map, a 103.95. So Pako has the pace, But does he have the consistency on this map to close it out? Gonna find out after a small warm-up. The race is starting. Here we go. Mime clipping. Mime is out. And it's between Holo. Nope, it's between the finalists. Otaaaq, Pako are fighting it out. This is it. This is the last round for either of them. This is for the crown, for the Grand Community Cup win. The first one played in the NA time zone. Only 3 NA players showed up. Or like just American players showed up, because also South America is taken into account. Charles was the best player out of them. And now it is Otaaaq who has the upper hands, and by quite a bit, quite a considerable gap. And I think that this is a very hard gap to clear for Pako unless he pulls out a magic trick. But I don't think that this is going to happen. So Otaaaq is leading quite a bit, but Pako with good speed. Otaaaq gets airtime. Otaaaq with airtime. Pako overtaking, and there's only one part to go for Pako. Pako also Cupmode collected there. Pako could go back into the lead in the World Tour ranking, and Pako wins the Grand Community Cup and overtakes Binks, and now leads the world ranking again for 3,950 points for him. Absolute great performance. Pako back to the lead, winning a major and now also a grand tournament. GG. Wow. Wonky ending there from Otaaaq. But we still play for seconds. So Pako winning 150 euro. As well as 1,000 World Tour points. And with that, he's back into the lead. And Otaaaq now wants to close it out, wants to at least get second place. What a great run from Pako. I want to see his results, because I think at some point it was even close in some of those matches for Pako. But yeah, unfortunately it was Otaaaq doing that mistake. And now he has a good line. Mime with airtime, Otaaaq with more speed, and this is it. Otaaaq, however, gets second place. And this was very close though in the end. And there you go, 104.181 was also a good time. So we play for one more position. Is Mime able to finish? Yes, he is. 110 points for him, 106 for Holo. So Otaaaq gets second and gets rewarded with 600 World Tour points. And also 100 euro, of course. Oh, Holo with a mistake, so Mime will be in finalists. Let's take this round to breathe a bit. Because my voice is literally, like, it's almost gone actually. I'll be honest. Whew, what a great match. Also, this was a bit more of casting in this match. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did as well. So we have 2 more rounds at max. After that. Alright, so good luck to Mime and Holo. There will be a maximum of 2 rounds happening. If Mime wins, it's over. If Holo wins, we go to a decisive last round, and I think also a map swap. And right now this looks to be the case, because Mime, I have heard a gear howling up, and I think he lost the gear, but also Holo not with the most confident line there, so cannot really capitalize from Mime's speed loss. And it's still only 0.1 of a second that Mime is definitely able to catch up. also with this line. This looks very, very good from Mime. Look at that wide line, good speed accumulated. And this looks really good. It's neck and neck. It's to the 1,000. It's actually tight on the checkpoints. And both with similar lines here as well. Mime with good speed, overtaking Holo here, looking really good. And this Mime ahead. And it looks like that this will be it. That this is the first and last finals round for Mime. And there you go, 104.410 is enough, and Mime takes third position, and with that 400 World Tour points as well as 50 euro. Holo gets 250 World Tour points and unfortunately no monetary value, so this happened to him.